Chris Fox, sir, how are you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Listen, man, I know I asked Stamp how's his bio. I should have asked him beforehand. You did help me with making your bio, so IIJL president, CLL president, CEO. Thanks so much for coming on, man. I gotta ask you like I asked Stamper. Thoughts on the unboxed logos yesterday?
I think your taste and my taste are wildly different, but like I like all of them. I think the biggest thing is
That was
that
cool.
they're the designs are great. Like
Yes.
the execution of the actual designs are great. And again, like we know that they're for kids. Um,
Right.
I don't think a lot of people on social, especially I saw on Facebook, um,
Uh-oh.
everybody thinks they're expansion teams. So, like you've
Jeez,
mentioned
man.
it, I think there needs to be, and it's hard because people see
Yeah.
like people love expansion, so that's where
Yeah.
their mind goes right away. But um, I like some of the ones from before. I think,
Yes. Oh, that's a lot. I wanted to like rank them together, but it was too much to do today. But
yeah,
I'm
I did the quick eyeball test. Like my, and it's cool because they're going to Edmonton, and the branding for the neutral
the
site game
juice. Yeah, yeah.
is the same color as the juice. I think like if I had to go one through, I guess five,
Right.
the Edmonton Juice, love it. And
Too
again,
fun.
it's hard because some of these names, like the Charlotte Cobras, that's an old NLL team, right?
I love the Cobras. I didn't
And
even know that, but I
that's why
still
I
love
like
that
it.
logo.
Yeah.
I like the Baltimore Ghost Crabs, by the way. They're
Yeah.
sweet.
So I would go Edmonton number one,
Right.
Charlotte Cobras, and I love the Miami Tormentas.
Yeah.
Spanish is bad. Baltimore Ghost Crabs, and this is where you and I start to veer off
Oh
big
no.
time. I love the San Francisco Gold. Like when you put it up there with all the rest of them, it just
That's
stands out.
it is unique. But that's the thing with but you can make the same argument for the hammies though. It's like it's such
Well, the
I
pink
don't
does
know, man.
pop. And
The,
speaking of the pink
yeah.
lagers, I there's just something with the black and the pink with the lagers.
Oh
It's
yeah.
cool.
I
And then the last two, the what do you call it? Honorable mention.
right.
Uh, Providence Vampires is pretty cool.
Yes, because it's upside down. It's so
Yeah,
cool that yes,
yeah. So
unique as
that's and the colors. Like it's hard because like the colors they need to be so different.
yep.
But it's great colors. And then while outside of the gold, I really liked this on this last set of communities, Jacksonville Swamp Puppies. I think that was just super well executed,
I
stands out
agree.
really
Well, the
well.
area also loves it too. Like I
Yeah,
said before, I asked the designers, I was, is this kind of Florida Gators? And they were like, eh. But I thought Swamp Pumps like because every year the Jacksonville hosts the Georgia Florida game,
yeah,
and we're known we have like a crocodile like refuge around here. Like it's so fun. Like just I thought it was well done. I also people don't realize the checkers are a thing right now. They actually
yeah,
have some games under their belt.
yeah. They played in a U.S. boxer event, didn't they?
So cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that's awesome.
Well, and then like that's again, our mind always goes to, even though we know this always goes to expansion, but with
Right.
the Sticks and Schools programs, if they can get kids interested, sure, there's lots
Yeah.
of field lacrosse players in the States, but being in the box is totally different. But
Right.
then seeing the fruits of the labor, they're already playing in organized box games. That's what it's
That
all
was
about.
cool. That was surprising, actually.
Yeah, and who knows? Like the logos are professionally done. They're investing. Like we can talk about how much something like this costs, but regardless of what the dollar amount is, like they're still
Yeah.
investing dollars into this. And if an area can get behind box, who knows? Like these might, if there's a big enough community and they're
Yes.
bought into the branding, who knows? Like maybe some of these could be one day, because they're done well enough that everybody on Facebook they can go and then now they can have their expansion team.
I do wonder if they're like I know these are like for schools and stuff, but like if like let's say the checkers or the snow I keep bringing up the snowbirds because like they're like they have the general
Mhm.
hospital they've talked about them a lot.
Yeah, they got a
Is
sponsorship. Yeah.
there an adult team that the NLL has in the back pocket? Like if we get an Edmonton team, if it's not a relocation, obviously, will it be a juice kind of
Yeah.
like an adult version of? I don't know what it is.
Well, like, and again, there's eh, in my mind, like, this is lacrosse, right? Like, there's board members, there's executives, there's coaches,
It's a
there's
lot of
players
people. Yep.
doing so many things that in different organizations that, like, you're seeing them playing US boxel events. I
Yep.
know the NLL, they always want more connection to the American markets.
That'd be nice.
Who knows, like, these, and they're great names, so it's not, I'm not saying this in a
Yeah.
derogatory sense, but like a lot of these names are very minor league baseball. They're fun, they're connecting to the community, they're kind of off the cuff, quirky kind of things. Like, who
Yep.
knows, like, maybe there could be a development system for like junior or
I've said that.
adults or something, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
because like NCAA lacrosse, I remember one of the first things Americans get, like in my opinion, at least in the South, one of the first things we see on TV is college lacrosse, or if we're watching ABC one weekend, we get the PLL.
Hmm.
But college lacrosse, NCAA is such a giant. The NLL needs, whether it could be like they do like those events like up northeast. I forgot what they're called, but like we do need our own farm system that cannot really compete, but like at least be a good farm system that's like because there's so many leagues up
Well,
north,
they like
so many
we
leagues.
have that up here, and there are American guys, because they're pretty centrally located towards the border. Well, all of our cities are,
Right?
with ALL East, ALL West.
Yeah.
Um, and again, like, for as much as it is a formal farm system, it's still informal.
Right.
Like, the US market is a totally different animal when it comes to
Yeah.
like a farm system, and realistically, this is what I always say about an NLL farm system. And like, the NLL is top tier, like, it's
Yes.
pro of pro of pro. But when the players, when the league itself is structured that the players are still part-time, meaning that they still have full-time jobs,
Yep.
it's very hard to then have a farm system that supplements that, because
Yeah. That's
like
true.
you got to get the economics of it work. And the NLL just went going through a CBA, like, they're focused on structuring their economics to a way that they're going to be sustainable. Like, now they have a
Yeah.
5-year CBA. I don't know what the opt-outs are. I think there might be there's probably definitely an opt-out in year 4.
It's after
um
4.
yeah, so like, the economics really have to be stabilized
Yeah.
before the NLL can contribute to a minor league
That's a
system.
good point.
The ALL is phenomenal. Like, there's so much talent in there, um, but it's just a matter. And like, I talked to some of the coaches. Some of the coaches that are on our staff for CLL are also
Mm.
on ALL staffs,
Oh,
and
cool.
they've been old, like, some of our previous staff members. But I think that where the ALL becomes an issue is that some of the guys that are playing in the ALL, they do want to make it to the NLL, and some guys are just happy playing in the ALL. Um,
There.
so where you have, like, it's the same thing in senior lacrosse. Some of the teams practice, some of the teams don't. So if that's going to be your official farm system, you want guys bought in, where everybody's like, I don't know what the roster size is, but the 25th guy all the way to the first guy, they're all chomping at the bit to be in the NLL. And I
Yep.
don't think that's there yet in the ALL. So there, but like, it's there. Like, now there's guys, and same thing with the old CLAX league, Paul St. John's first league, which was the Canadian Lacrosse League as well. But CLAX, like, he started it there, and phenomenal job to Paul St. John is to continue to provide those guys with the opportunity,
Skippers, man.
because now something happens, boom, you're up.
Woo.
They're in shape.
I love it. I do want to ask you just like real quick, and then we'll get to the IIJL. Speaking of farm systems, so Josh Blumenthal, who was like years ago worked in the NLL in different roles, he mentioned in like the Twitter comments recently. You may not have even seen this at all. He said he's been a part of lacrosse for 30 years, and while he was an NLL staffer, he assisted for a scoop and shoot program.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've heard of that. He sent a link to like something, but I was wondering like what do you think needs to happen for the unboxed to not be just another thing the NLL had an idea of? Like, do you think we're at the point where it's sustainable, seeing the checkers work, or do you think that there's still a long ways to go to see if this actually works?
Like, well, I don't know the scoops and shoot specifically. A
Yeah.
lot of like it's schools like sticks and
Oh, I
school
didn't either.
programs, right? Like
Right.
sticks and schools. Like I don't know scoop and shoot. Like a
It's
lot
kind
of
of
the times
yeah, it's the
they're
same.
plastic. They're
Right.
plastic sticks like soft lacrosse. But there's one thing about introducing lacrosse to schools. Like I did it when I lived in California when I was at Whittier, and I worked with Adrenaline and Stars Lacrosse, and that's Scott
Oh wow.
Hockstead. And now Scott's with Legends. Adrenaline's still going.
Yeah.
But what we did is we got a per diem for the day, and we were at a school. And it was nice because all of the gym classes in California were outside, so we spent all day outside.
Oh.
And we're just like, here, take a stick. This is how you scoop, shoot. And then we talked to the kids about, and the teachers were there. We talked to
Right.
them about the origins of the game. It's a Native American game,
Yep.
and then how it's kind of progressed. And if you want to play, go sign up for your club team. Go sign up for your middle school, high school area team. And if you want to play with us, here's a pamphlet for Stars Lacrosse.
Yep.
So I think that's one thing. Getting and you look at some of these markets, like they all have lacrosse now. It's not
Right.
like it's not in the US. It's not like it's just a East Coast thing anymore. There's lacrosse everywhere. But I think getting them introduced to box lacrosse, because that's totally different. Like
Agreed.
you got Casey and Ryan, and I think Mikey's involved too with Powell Lacrosse, and they got their
Right.
speed, and that's great. Like it's just pick up a stick, here's a softball, play some backyard stuff. That's phenomenal. The next stage in the US is play some field, and then box is totally different because I think field is great, and I love field at a time. But what the Americans and what new lacrosse people, I don't think are aware of, but every time you step from the bench onto the floor, box is intense. So
Yes.
getting that's going to be good for some kids. Some kids are going to love it that they can go out there and rough and tumble without the ball. But for a lot of kids, a good introductory is field, and then
Yeah.
saying how much they like the contact, and then getting introduced to the box. So how they do that, I think getting them to see box, and that's
Yeah.
going to be hard. Well, okay, perfect example is Edmonton, right?
Right.
Obviously, we all know that Edmonton is a huge uh, box hotbed, but they're having a neutral site game there. So if these markets are going to, and they all have arenas, whether it's AHL, there's some NHL building, there's a lot of East Coast arenas. If they're going to have neutral site games where, let's say, they have a huge uptick in schools and these kids are something like the checkers, they're like, okay, this is box. But getting these kids to see box in their backyard,
Yep.
that could be another thing. And then that's a way for the NLL to monetize this, right? They're playing a neutral site game, they're selling tickets, and now becomes a destination event. I don't know what Georgia is doing to get fans up to Edmonton because
Nothing.
that's a Georgia home game. But
Yeah.
I do know that Georgia has signed on with Cosmos Sports Entertainment to sell group tickets. That's a firm out of Toronto. So there might be something. I haven't seen it. I tried to sign up for the Georgia newsletter. I couldn't do that on their website. But there's definitely ways to monetize this. You see the Snowbirds have a sponsor. So obviously
That's
they're
cool.
but I think that's what it ultimately comes down to is that to do these things, and I'm sure it's being done, you have to have somebody in the community that is going to go
Yep.
from school to school, community program to community program. And that's manpower. So not only is there money behind the designs and the trademarks, you need boots on the ground to say, here's 50 sticks, kids, this is what we're doing.
And
And
it's
that's
also it
every
costs
single school.
money.
Yeah.
It costs money to have employees to have sticks.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So let's do the IIJL. I kind of poked fun with Stamp. I said, Canada didn't make the final. No,
Yep.
it shows you that USA. I mean, there were some good names on those rosters. Full disclosure, I was not able to catch. I think you got 2 more IIJL events this year. Because
Yeah,
there's 3 total.
yeah, no. So we always have our World Juniors. That's how everything started.
Right.
And everybody that likes to talk shit seems to think that I'm the IIJL, but I'm not.
Oh,
I was brought into the IIJL. Um, and we started with our World Juniors. So that's our marquee event, and then we have 18s, 16s. We have had, and
well,
we are talking about starting up again our women's World Juniors,
heck yeah.
and then we're going to have a kind of a preliminary event to the U18s. It'll be the IIJL North American Cup Series, and
Woo!
that'll be in August, 2 weeks before the World U18. So we're going to
Nice.
use it. The United States is going to use it. The Haudenosaunee are going to use it. And it's just one-off games. So Canada will play the Haudenosaunee. Haudenosaunee will play the U.S. The U.S. will play Canada. And we haven't finalized what the amount of players that we're going to be interchangeable, but we're flirting between 30 and 35 guys that we're going to be able to put on the rosters for the 2 games that each country plays,
Heck yeah.
to make the U18s a little bit more buttoned up and try to get that as close to the juniors as possible. Um, and then in terms of women's, it'll probably be at the same time as the men's. It won't be at the same time because we don't like doing that at the junior level because World Juniors is a big event. But we'll be able to utilize the facility immediately after the other. So we're going to be out
Cool.
in Alberta. So get set up for the men's, play the men's, have the women come in. They'll be able to practice on the floor before the tournament starts, and then the women's will follow up, start right as the men's ends. And then we go to Australia every year. We have partners with
Australia.
Australia Box Lacrosse, so we go
That's awesome.
down. We go down at the end of February this year, first few days of March. So we bring 20 guys down there and our staff. It's pretty cool this year. We're doing a coaching clinic
Oh,
to get a lot of the because there's 3 groups that play box lacrosse. One has a dedicated facility, another one plays in a velodrome right in the middle. It's pretty cool. But
hmm.
we go down to Melbourne every year, and those 3 groups come in. But what we want to try to do is talk with because they're on a club system, kind of like soccer. So we
Yeah.
want to talk and get all the field lacrosse clubs in and start trying to help them transition like okay this is what box can do for field, but where they're asking for help, it's like okay, well, how do we apply some of our field stuff to box? And that's not always an easy transition.
Right.
And the US has done it now over the last 10 years, and now they have a lot of great coaches that have gone through the systems and they're coaching real box. But when you don't have the facilities, like Australia, like they don't have the facilities. There's one
Yeah.
dedicated box facility to the entire country.
The fact there's one is awesome.
Yeah, and it's outdoors. It's phenomenal.
That's awesome.
So just trying to help them and get them to understand, like it's just you play different because the surface is different. Like you have to create space in a different way. So instead of alley dodging, you're setting picks, and this is why, and angles, and kind of getting them caught up to speed because they're good. It's just they don't have like Australia is great. They have the athletes.
Right.
It's just reps. It's just so different. And then like not only that, it helps them with sixes. Is this same thing?
True. Some of those guys, they might move like kangaroos. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big kangaroo guy.
We,
I'm
we go
sorry.
to a golf course every year. It's like a kangaroo sanctuary, but they just roam free.
Love those
So
guys.
have you actually seen a kangaroo up close?
Nope, but I've heard it's like seeing deer. Like they're everywhere. Like it's
They're
unfair.
they're they're prison deer.
Can you?
They're
You ever
just
fought
fat.
one? You're
Oh God, no! You stay away from them.
why not?
No, don't. You don't go. They'll kick the shit out of you.
Don't take the fun out of me, man.
No, man, they'll beat you up.
That's kind of cool. I've seen the videos, but so that's actually a thing. Like they are jacked.
Oh
Again, like
yeah.
we're not
Well, some of them, like the
not on
males,
the
are.
cross, but it's still cool. I love the
Yeah,
kangaroo part of it.
and they
Um,
just chill out and lounge, and then they startle, and then like a herd up and over
that's
the
so
golf
cool.
course. It's pretty cool.
It's one of the most unique animals in the world.
Yeah.
So let's do this. I know you've had some IIJL players pop up here and there in the NLL. I got to ask you, and I hope you can say this information. Can you give me 2 or 3 players you're looking at this year in the NLL that may be IIJL alum that you like to see if they can look good this year, or you
Yeah,
try to be
like
biased?
we got to like in terms of the
Give me more than
IIJL,
3, it
like
don't matter.
that's but like IIJL is like there's American Haudenosaunee players that we kind of keep a list of, but our guys that have played in the IIJL events with the CLL, like we have
Right.
20. I couldn't find a complete training camp list for Rochester or Halifax, but like Will McLeod's in Halifax, and he's playing Kufla right now. So hopefully he doesn't. He's with Guelph. I don't. Hopefully he doesn't miss the Piscataway Cup to go up to training camp. But Will McLeod, I'm really excited to see him in the league.
That's cool.
But like we have 20 guys.
The
Peck,
US roster had some monster players this year.
yeah, they're big boys. Like
That's what I'm saying.
but again, like as much as they're part of the IJL, I don't keep track of their rosters.
Yeah,
Um, and then we got a lot of guys in Ottawa: Dunbar, Saunders,
really.
Bauer Swissen's a beast. He's a
Uh-oh.
Saskatchewan guy up from PA. That's a phenomenal program up in Prince Albert. They get like they punch well above their weight class, the PA Preds. They go. Well, I think they finally lost a game after
Kinda like
3 seasons.
Scotland this year.
What's that?
Kinda like Scotland in the game. The fact that they made it to the US to the championship against the US. It was like punching above the weight class,
Yeah, yeah,
taking the
exactly.
league by storm.
Yeah, but then we got Lane Hirschke's in Ottawa too. Hayden
Really?
Dixon's our only guy in Calgary. Luke Pilcher, Chris Weir, Dalbs in Vancouver. Ari Steenhouse played U17 with us, San Diego.
That's cool.
I'm and here's the thing, like I just want all the teams in the NLL to win their home games, just win all their home games.
Right.
But I like Philly just because I want Philly to do well. I want them to
Well,
win games. But we got Mitch Armstrong. I like Sam LeClaire is a guy that was back
he's a
in.
water bug, dude.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. And Deacon Knott is going to be an up and coming goalie. Like he
Love
needs
Deacon.
to like there's a lot of good goalies. And then I think Stamper mentioned we've got a lot of guys on Georgia training camp right now. Mike Grace, Liam McGraw, Ben Turnbull, Keen Moon's there, and
And all
then
those guys played in the IIJL at one point, huh?
they all played with CLL at the
That's so
IHL
cool.
events, World Juniors.
That's so cool.
Nolan Byrne, and then Saskatchewan. Thomas Kaiser played with us at U17,
That's cool.
which is now our U18
And he
event.
wasn't too bad last year. And
Yeah, and
that was a
then
while.
Deegan Carlson. So Deegan Carlson played with Saskatchewan SWAT, and that's how we got
Wow.
introduced to him. We had a good relationship. Still have a good relationship with the SWAT, but then he went out to the BC Junior A League
Mhm.
with Burnaby and completely ripped it up. Led the league
Woo!
the only season he was out there, and it's gonna be really nice to see what Dagan can do in the NLL. Like he's a bit bigger now than when he played with us,
Oh,
but
wow.
he can shoot, man. It's same thing with Will Peshko. Like all these guys can shoot. Like everybody, and that's why everybody gets excited about Unboxed, and they don't realize that they're not expansion teams. That
Yeah.
there's a lot of talent.
Yeah.
There's so much talent, and there's only more coming. And but then there's like 35, 38, 40-year-old guys still in the NLL.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of talent.
So let's transition to this and we'll let you go. Do you think, because I've said a few times, I haven't picked Vancouver to win at all, but I think this Vancouver roster, the fact that they were able to keep Claridge and Keegan Ball and even Peyton Cormier, who once was was an awesome player, Del Bianco, and then add the other guys, it's like this roster's silly, kind of like Buffalo's has been. Do you think Buffalo gets 4? Do you think Vancouver? You think who do you think wins, or have you made a pick yet?
Well, I don't make picks.
Join us.
Yeah. It's hard. Like I look at the bottom in Toronto, like the very bottom last year, Vegas. Like look what they did. So those two
Yeah,
teams are not going to be at the bottom of the standings.
possibly.
It's going to be interesting to see what Oshawa does, just because whether it's a move from easy travel or whatever it is. But now that they're all together, they're quote unquote in market. See
Right.
what they do. But uh, like Vancouver,
It's a stupid roster, man.
it's
It's
but then you still look at the top of the standings from last year. Like
Rush
Halifax
not.
is going to be good again,
Yeah.
Saskatchewan, and then Buffalo. Like you can't rule Buffalo out. Like they lost some pieces, but
Right.
what they do is they have guys that are bought in, like that they could have easily not fill those roles completely. But how often every single year do we see guys that are not mid range guys, but guys that again punch above their position and they start to fill roles. Like there's
That's
just
why Chase Fraser in Vegas is so interesting
yeah.
to me. Like, is he going to take a massive step? And
Hmm.
and of course, like again, if Jack Kennedy gets traded, which I think he will, if he does get traded, then can Fraser work along with who's going to step up
Jones,
besides
yeah.
Mitch? Who's going to step up besides Jones, though?
Well, and I think that's why you can't rule Buffalo out
Right.
because it really, as much as your players are important, obviously
Right.
your goaltending is important.
Hmm.
You have to have a staff that no matter who's on the floor
Yeah.
is
They're
that
doing the
they're
right
bought in,
thing. Yeah.
and like obviously Vancouver has a staff like that
Yep.
that and then guys want not only to be in Vancouver but to be a part of that team, be a part of that staff, be a part of the roster. Like Buffalo has that. Same thing
Yeah.
with Saskatchewan. Like same thing with Halifax. Like so
So,
the top four from last year have it all, and it's just a matter of who stays healthy, right?
well, of
Like
course. So, question for you, like this, because I thought about this. You got let's say the top three are like some order of Buffalo, Saskatchewan, and Vancouver.
okay.
Who can enter the fourth spot? Are you a Rochester guy, or are you not buying that?
I just I don't
Oshawa?
and I don't know. Like I really, if somebody's going to come up and make a drastic move comparative to last year, you
Yeah.
can't rule out Toronto. And
Yeah, because Mark
I haven't been paying
Matthews,
it. Yeah, Matthews is back.
Nick
I
Rose
didn't
is
know
back.
that until you and Stamp were talking about it.
He
And
was
then
injured. Like you don't think that he's back. But like, oh, he's actually there. He's still there.
is Schreiber like out for the season?
There's where it feels like we're leaning that he's at least going to take the year off. We don't know what it's after that, but it feels like he's not playing this year.
Yeah, I really don't think. I think Toronto's going to. Here's the thing: Toronto will make a drastic jump. It's just like how big of a jump.
Right.
And then here's the other thing: playoffs. It's like if you're peaking at the right time,
Absolutely.
and then you're going into playoffs and you're injured, it's hard. But I think injuries are the biggest thing, and this is the other thing that I always find fascinating about the NLL is that as soon as guys start to make roster cuts,
Right.
immediately you see other teams pick guys up, and at the end of training camp looks a lot different than what the beginning of the season even looked like, where there's that week and a half
Right.
where free agents are being signed and guys that are released. So that'll be interesting. Um, and
San
then
Diego's going to find a
San
way.
Diego, Colorado, like is Ottawa, like look who Ottawa has. Like
Yeah.
you can't,
Hellier helps. I think Hellier might help,
yeah,
but I'm also skeptical because last year I thought that Hellier was going to help out the Seals more than he did. It turns out he was old, like he might be old.
and again, like it's a league where parity is very easy because travel is involved, and
Yep.
even though the season and the games are fairly spread out,
Right.
it's a grind. So
Yeah. Yeah. Some guys got to do
that's
their.
why I don't do
Yeah.
picks.
All right. There's
I
your
just
answer.
become as least as helpful as possible, but just by saying everybody's good, everybody has a chance, and from a league perspective, and that's kind of where I look at it. That's what you want. Like you
Well,
want the games
I'm
to be
noting to
entertaining.
self next time you come on, don't ask him to make a prediction. It's bad TV. Well, Chris, thank you so much for coming on. First time, I feel like we had you on before. Apparently not. Time flies. You're having fun on the show.
Yeah,
Season
man.
4, we got you on. How's that? That's
Yeah,
fun.
that's great. No, better late than never. Was never
Right.
expecting to be on anyway, but I
Oh,
I
jeez.
watch every single day doing work,
Wow.
and I love it, man. So keep it up.
Thank you, man. Good luck to all your future endeavors, including the IIJL, CLO, etc. More box lacrosse is great, and thank you again for putting those games on YouTube. It's freaking awesome, man. It's
Yeah,
freaking
no
awesome.
problem. We got with Shanny and Stamper. It's
It's
gonna be
fun.
awesome. Excited for this year.
Yep.
World Juniors is gonna be exciting, and there's a lot more stuff coming.
Cool. We'll keep the people guessing, man. Thank you again.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Chris Fox, everybody. That was fun. I knew it would be. Guys that are just around the league and know the league and know the players. It's so fun.